Got some pillows in the Chevy. It's like a die laying low, hitting heavy.
I like that. Do it again.
Welcome back. It has been a while since you guys last got to see in the garage a nice little DIY. Today is going to be a cool one. I've thought about for a long time. I want to do something small that anyone can really do at home, along with obviously all the other ones that I've done that are maybe rather a little bigger, like the forged carbon fender. First Mark IV forged carbon fender, that is. But today, I wanted to do another one just like that. Something even smaller that anyone can do. I was thinking for a long time, what is one thing that a lot of people have, right? But not a lot of guys wear. Maybe a lot of guys wear it. I personally haven't. It's jewelry. It's jewelry and it's a ring. It's a ring, and I decided the sickest thing that I could think of for a ring would be carbon, right? So now I have a cool one for you today. What we're going to do, all you need, carbon fiber. This is my resin tape. It says it here. It is resin tape, and what it does is it allows whatever you put this on for resin not to stick. So, resin tape, a mixing cup, and a little mixing stick. I am going to put a little flare and do a nice little piece of aluminum in the middle, in which you will see why. And resin. You could also use any sort of resin you want. Amazon, I showed this in a previous video, Amazon has a little kit that comes with these two. Yeah, hit the card. Hit the card and scratch it, please. It comes with a kit of these two tiny little things, and I believe it's like 15 bucks, right? So that's pretty sick. But what we're gonna do now is get our main pieces of aluminum with the resin tape. Now, why am I gonna do that? Because I'm then gonna take it, put my carbon in here, right? So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna lay these in here with my resin, take this piece of aluminum, lay this on like so, and then take these, place these over it, put it like this, and then I'm going to squeeze the life out of it in this vise so that there is hopefully no air bubbles when I'm compressing it down and when I'm done and ready to take it out, because then we could cut it to shape, yeah. And my plan is to have this little thin piece of aluminum that you see in the middle, a nice like silver band in the middle of it. So that is my plan for so far. Let's get into it. So first things first, I'm just going to take a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on a little napkin here, paper towel, and I'm just going to take my main piece and just kind of wipe this down, get this thing nice and cleaned. I'm then going to take my resin tape, like so. Fold this over, fold that over, work out some of these air bubbles. Now, stick-free piece. Take our resin cup and start pouring in some resin. So what I'm gonna do is do 2 caps, 2 of these, and a half. And now we mix. Now I'm just going to take my brush and just apply some right onto my little piece of aluminum. Now for extra precaution, 2 things I forgot to mention that you do need. 1, it's going to be a brush, and 2, I want to say it's a really important piece. You could probably get away with a lighter. I mean, if you really didn't have one of these. But a heat gun is going to remove each of the air bubbles that is trapped. Now we're going to start laying down the carbon. So we officially have our intro layers down. Now what I'm going to be doing is taking my middle sheet that I have also sanded to put some grooves in just so the resin has a place to stick along with the carbon. And I'm going to lay this right over it. I'm so itchy. I got bit right here by a mosquito. but I'm going to be laying this right over this, and we can now start applying our resin and carbon on this side. Let's do it. It is officially time now to put the top layer on and give it a squeeze. Alright, now for the not so fun part. I'm gonna give this thing a day, and I'm now gonna wait for this thing, so and we're back. That fast. Let's see how it came out. One side to release. We're ready to cut it. Good. Well, that was rather simple. Alright, so I've been trying to find one of these. This is a hole saw bit, and my neighbor just so happened to have one. Unfortunately, it wasn't the size that I was looking for, but I'm just gonna use this one anyway and try and cut the rest of this thing out. So my camera battery died on me, but I ended up actually making this work. So what I gotta do now, take this, put this thing back in the vise, drill out a nice little hole. You know, I don't know what finger. I guess the middle finger is gonna be the one that I wear it on because it's not gonna go on the ring finger. Ironic play on words there. But let me get this thing now drilled out. Alright, so we got the shape of it done. I threw it back on the drill all the way in the back so I could spin this. And I have my sandpaper here. We're gonna start doing a little bit of shaping now. We finally have ourselves a proper ring size for me to wear. Now, it's time to shape the outside of this thing. Those bits absolutely almost just destroyed this thing. Alright, so we're in a position now. The ring is at its final point where there needs to be no more sanding. And what I'm gonna do right now is run this thing under a little bit of very aggressive compound because this is resin and it is hard. We have our final shape, and I've never been more excited. So there's a little something that I've been keeping out, right? And this is the final shape of the ring. You can see some of the carbon now on the side of the band. The front is a nice thin cut, right? And I've been leaving one thing out, and that is I'm gonna do this because I'm just I gotta do it. I bought some Swarovski diamonds, right? For I honestly don't even remember how much, but they were not that expensive. And I was looking at these little tiny black diamonds in here, like this one that's right up in this corner, that tiny little one. Something that's a little tasteful, but not over the top dramatic. This isn't a wedding ring, right? And I'm gonna throw it on here. It's 100% landing on here, and we're now gonna see how it looks. Let's do it. That is so sick. That is awesome, and I swear to you, the black diamond makes it. It just gives it such a better look now, along with the silver band. That was such a huge score going with the silver band. Guys, I hope you enjoyed. I'm going into shower. I'm filthy, covered, and itchy from all that carbon. I'll see you guys in the next one.